Good morning, it's Tuesday the 23rd of June 2020 and it's time for phonics. So the first thing I want you to do is build words using different spellings of the t sound, again like we started yesterday. So we're looking for those different spellings of t, okay? So the first word I want you to build and look for that t sound is stamp. Stamp. And the sounds that we need for stamp are here. So can you say the sounds and write the word stamp? Over to you. Okay, and we say s t a m p st a m p stamp. And we can see that we've got the t here with just a T spelling. The letter T on its own for the word stamp. Okay. What would you say if somebody wrote this? If you asked them to write stamp and they wrote this, what would you say? They've missed the sound, haven't they? Listen carefully. Samp. Samp. They need a t sound in between the s and the a. St. A. Mp. St. A. Mp. Stamp. And that's why it's really important always to read the sounds in the words after you've written them to check that you haven't missed any sounds, okay, whenever you're writing any piece of work. Okay, so the next word I want you to write is a two-syllable word, and the word is rotten. Rotten. But before we do, I just want you to think about where the t sound is in the word rotten. Rotten. What spelling do you think it might be? Have a think about that as I show you the sounds that we do need. So the word is rotten. What t spelling will it be? Okay, were you right? Say the sounds and build the word. Over to you. Pause if you need some more time, okay? And we come back together and we say ra. R. Rotten. And we have t, e, n, t, e, n, ten. Rotten. Rotten. And we can see that in this two-syllable word, the t sound at the beginning of the second syllable is the double T spelling of t, which is often the case in two-syllable words where the second syllable starts with the t sound, okay? Yesterday we had matter and butter, and it was the same thing that occurred there. Ma, second syllable, double T spelling of t. Matter, butter, same thing. Second syllable, two-letter spelling of t. Okay? So think about that as we move forwards. Where do you use the double T spelling of t? The next word I want you to look at and build together is debt. If you have a debt, it means that you owe somebody something. You might owe somebody some money and you would have a debt. So, say the sounds and build the word debt. Three sounds, d-et, debt. Okay, let's come back together. Give yourself more time by pausing if you need. And we say d, e, t, d, e, t, debt. So where is the t spelling in the word debt? We recognised this one yesterday. It's the BT spelling. which you might have seen before, you might not. And that's another one of our two-letter spellings of the t sound, okay? Yesterday we had the word doubt with the same BT spelling of t, okay? And both times it was at the end of the word, wasn't it? So think about that pattern as we go forwards, okay? Let's have the word, okay. The word is haste. Haste. Haste means speed. So to move with haste is to move quickly. Okay, over to you. Pause if you need more time, and let's come back together. Haste. We say A, S, T, haste, haste. And we've got the two-letter spelling of T on the end, but this time with a TE on the end of the word, okay, the final sound. So just have a think before we carry on. Just have a think to yourself, where do you expect to see these different spellings of the T sound in words now that we've had a few? Just think about that. Pause for a moment. And now let's come back together. So where might you expect to see these two spellings of the T sound, BT and TE? Well, so far we've had them at the end of words, haven't we, as the final T sound in a word. And let's see if that carries on as we go through. What about this double T spelling of T? Where would you expect to see that in words going forwards? Well, so far we've seen it at the start of the second syllable in words, haven't we? Like ma-ter, bi-ter, ba-ter. Okay? So let's try another one. A two-syllable word now, and the word is rotten. Rotten. So how would you build the word rotten? What spelling are you expecting to see? Rotten. Is the spelling there that you were expecting to see? Over to you. Pause and build the word. Okay, let's come back together now. And we have rotten. We have r, o, ra, t, e, n, ten, ra, ten, rotten. And I know we've already had that one, but I just wanted you to really think about where that spelling occurs in the word, okay? Let's have, yeah, the word is bitter. A bitter taste. So, was that the spelling you were expecting to see? Let's try and build it. Over to you. Pause if you need more time. And we say b, I, bi, t, bi, bitter. Okay. Okay, what about the word 20? The number 20. I'll give you the sounds and then we'll build the word 20. Two syllables. 20. 20. And we say twen, t, we, twenty, t, e. 20. Good. Okay, last one before we move on. We're going to have a two-syllable word, and that's granite. Granite is a type of rock. Granite. And the sounds we need are here. Granite. Granite. Now, was this the t spelling you were expecting to see? granite. Let's see, we have not granny, granite. Okay, granite, and we have here with the TE spelling. Okay, good stuff. So we've got 4 different spellings, just one sound. So really think tomorrow as we go through about where you expect to see those different spellings. And every time I write the sounds, think, yes, that's the one I thought would be in that word, because it's at the end of the word, it's in the middle of the word. So really think about where you can hear that sound in the word, and that will help you decide which spelling it's likely to be. Okay, so rub your board out, get those ready, and we're going to be looking for different spellings of the sound now. Okay, so you need 3 sections again, like yesterday. 3 columns. We're going to build words into that table according to their spelling of the sound. Just like yesterday, same thing on your whiteboard or paper. So pause and give yourself more time for that if you need to. And we're going to carry on now. So the first word that I'd like you to read is here in 3, 2, 1. The word is magic. Good. Okay, so what I want you to do is think about where the sound is, and that's going to be your first section. So pause and give yourself time to build that word into the table, okay? And then we'll come back together. Okay, so coming back together, we can see that we've got just the M spelling of the sound. So that's our first heading. And we build the word. We say magic, 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 with just the M on its own spelling. The next one though, let's have a look. Okay, the word is 1, 2, 3. The word is comma, like this in your writing. A comma. So pause and build that word in using the sounds. Okay, back together. Now we can see in that word we've got a different spelling. This time, comma. We have the double M spelling. Excuse me. The double M spelling of the sound. So we build it like that. We say comma. And we've got 2 different spellings. It's still just one sound. Okay? And next word is, after 3, the word is 1, 2, 3. If you're not sure, this is oo. This is the spelling, the O spelling of oo. So let's say oo. Tomb. Good. Tomb. So pause and let's build that into the table there. Which spelling of do we have? Okay, back together, and we can see that we've spotted the MB spelling of So we have the third spelling of the sound. Same sound, different spellings, and we can say the word tomb. So we have our 3 different spellings. So now we're going to go quicker. Every time you see a word, I want you to read it, pause, and say the sounds to build it into the right place. Okay? So let's move along. We have the word. This is a 2-syllable word, so we say 1, 2, 3. Nimble. Nimble. Now be careful with this one. Over to you. Okay, let's come back together. I hope you weren't tricked by this. we can see that we've got the letters M and B next to each other, but listen carefully. It's a two-syllable word, so we don't say nimble, nimble. We say nim, bull, nim, bull, bull, nim, bull. So actually, they're two separate sounds, aren't they? The end of the first syllable and the beginning of the second syllable. Nim, bull, nimble. So actually, the spelling that we want is just here. It's just the M spelling. Nim, bull, nimble. Okay, so we're going to try that one again with the word okay, 1, 2, 3. The word is crumble, crumble. So over to you. So let's come back together, and we have crumble. So again, the B sound is separate. It's part of the second syllable, isn't it? So we can say krum, the M spelling, bulb, bull, crumble. So think about where, if we are using that MB spelling together, where is it in the word when we do see that spelling? Let's have a look at a different word where we do have that spelling. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The word is comb, comb. So, over to you. What spelling do we have? Okay, so coming back together, this time we have got the MB together spelling an sound because it's at the end of a word, isn't it? So we can say k-o, k-o, comb. Okay. Let's have, yeah, okay, one more. The word is 1, 2, 3. Common, good. Okay, over to you. Build the sounds into that table. Build the word into the table. We have the double M spelling, don't we? Well spotted. So we can say k-o, ko, o, ko, mon, common. Okay. Moving on to the next part. So what I'd like you to do is say the sound as you point to all of the letters in the sound, okay? Or as you rub them off if you're using a whiteboard. So, just the sound that you're saying. A, j, I, k, magic, okay? And I'll see you back here when you've done all of those things. Okay, good. So, last thing for today, before we finish up, we're just going to have a sentence with different spellings of the f sounds that we've been learning about before, okay? So the sentence is this. Fred phoned Cliff to find out which fish he wanted from the fish and chip shop. Fred phoned Cliff to find out which fish he wanted from the fish and chip shop. Okay, so our turn together now. Fred phoned Cliff to find out what he wanted from the fish and chip shop. Okay, your turn. Have a try. Good. Okay. So let's try and write the first part of that sentence. Fred phoned Cliff. Pause, and it's over to you now. Okay, so let's come back together, okay? Fred phoned Cliff. Capital letter for Fred. 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 And I've got the F spelling, haven't I? In Fred's name. That's the first one. Fred phoned, and we say F-O-N-D. Fred phoned. And now we've got the PH spelling, haven't we? Good. Fred phoned Cliff. Cliff is a name, so it's a capital C for Cliff. 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 And that time, with the double F, we can see at the end of the word. Fred phoned Cliff to find out which fish he wanted. To find out which fish he wanted. So pause, and it's over to you. Okay, let's come back together. To find out which fish he wanted. To find. Find. Find with the F spelling. Out. 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 Which. To find out which. And it's this spelling of which. Ch. Which. Which. To find out which fish. Fish. He wanted. Fred phoned Cliff to find out which fish he wanted from the fish and chip shop. Okay, have a go. And let's come back together. From the fish and chip shop. Good. Stop mark. Fred phoned Cliff to find out which fish he wanted from the fish and chip shop. Okay, so 3 different spellings in that sentence, but just one sound, isn't it? Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you're able to get outside in the sunshine. It's going to be a warm week this week, so have fun and have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.